Some artists live so intensely that they end up touching the inexplicable. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, became famous for his excesses, controversies, and for flirting with the occult in his music. But what few people know is that one night, he wasn't just singing about evil. He saw it. He felt it. And he ran. The mansion and its legend. The story begins in the 80s. Ozzy was at the peak of his fame. Between tours and recordings, he decided to spend some time away from the city. A friend recommended an old mansion in the English countryside. Secluded, silent, perfect for resting. But the house carried a dark past. Former residents who had disappeared, pagan rituals, whispers of witchcraft. None of that mattered to Ozzy. He laughed, called it cheap publicity, until night fell. The first sign it was a gloomy evening. The wind howled outside. The mansion seemed to breathe with nature. Ozzy went down to the basement, where he had set up a small studio. There, among cables, amplifiers, and old wooden crates, he started playing. That's when he heard the footsteps. Heavy, slow. Above him. Sharon. He thought Sharon had arrived. He shouted her name. No answer. He climbed the stairs. Each step seemed longer. The hallway darker. The woman in the hallway. At the end of the hallway, he saw her. A woman. White dress. Black eyes. Lifeless. She didn't move, just stared. Ozzy took a step. Blinked. And she vanished. Shiver ran down his spine. The guitar left in the basement played a single note on its own. Loud. Piercing. Night descends. He tried to act normal. Ate dinner, drank, watched TV. But something was wrong. The walls seemed closer. The house more alive. When he lay down to sleep, the temperature dropped. Drastically. The room was freezing. He closed his eyes, but was awakened by a whisper right by his ear. A woman's voice saying his name.
Ozzy.
Chaos begins. The light started flickering. The radio turned on by itself, playing backward. Objects fell. A mirror shattered. With no one around. And then came the screams. Not from the street, not from outside. The proof, no one around. And then came the screams. Not from the streams, not from the street, not from outside. Screams came from inside the walls. Desperate, Ozzy tried to leave, but the front door was locked. From the inside, he went to the window. Locked. The walls began to shake. He escaped in a panic. Ozzy smashed the window with a stool. Ran out. Shirtl. Ess. Barefoot. The wind cut through his skin. The house seemed to watch him. When he reached the road, he fell to his knees. Crying. Shaking. A passing farmer in a pickup truck found him. Drove Ozzy to town. He didn't say a word the whole way. The silence of the years. For years, Ozzy avoided talking about what he saw. When someone asked about that night, he'd look away. Until, in a rare interview, a journalist pressed him. Ozzy took a deep breath, looked into the camera, and said only, "Some things, even the devil won't touch." After that, he never went back to that house, and no one else could rent it again. Closing and reflection. What did Ozzy see that night? Hallucinations, drugs, a nervous breakdown, or a real manifestation of evil? Artists like him live on the edge, between reality and imagination. But for those who have seen what Ozzy saw, the world is never the same again, and maybe that's why became the Prince of Darkness. Because only those who have been close to hell know how to sing about it.